And you know what? It's time to get back on track with these videos. So I decided to start back on my channel. My client is getting a lace closure sew-in, and of course I'm starting off with a shampoo and a conditioner, and just basically some scalp rejuvenation. And she just came out of braids. Today we are doing a lace closure with the 5x5 closure side part using MLP hair. I've never heard of this hair, but it's some nice hair. It curls pretty good. She has the inches of a 24, a 22, and a 20 inch of body wave. So I like that it always come with goodies. Like, don't y'all love that? Like when products have goodies to come with their bundles. Absolutely love that. So of course I'm gonna go in with the blow dryer. Just blow drying her hair. Just make sure that her hair is not wet after the shampoo and conditioner service. And we're going to get into that braid down, also grease her scalp and apply the net. A lot of people ask me why I use the net. I like the net a lot because it protects the hair, it protects the braids. Instead of sewing on top of the braids, we are sewing on top of the net. So better security and better protection for the client when they have a sew-in. Plus, it helps with the sew-in lasting a little bit longer than usual. My sew-ins last up to 3 months, but some of my girls do push it to the limit, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as they come back from their retouches. So I absolutely love this method. This is a go-to method I'll never put down because it's so convenient and so effective. So let's get into this sewing method that I like to use. I sew in going upward, never over. The reason why I do that is so I can, have some type of security, especially on the bottom, so that she could be able to put it in a ponytail and it's laying underneath the braids. So I'm gonna go continue with this method all over, and also the first track, aka the 24 inch. I'm not gonna ever cut this one because this is how I know what bundle is the longest length. So I'm gonna flip over, and when I do a flip over, I do secure it a lot by double threading and knotting it as well. And the reason I like to do that too is to know, like, when my client takes their hair down, I know which one is the longest by how I cut it. And the longest one is always the one that I did not cut. So that's my way of getting things together. I skipped the part, and we are going to start on the lace. I'm using the Ruby Kiss concealer just to conceal and, color match for her not texture, but her skin complexion with the lace. So I'm applying it only on the top. I don't apply it on the rest of the cap because I want that cap to look as neat as possible and natural as well. So I'd like to keep that color the same color as the cap color. So I'm going to apply a little bit of alcohol in the front just to get some excess product off the front of her hair line, just to make sure that when I do put this glue down, it does not be, you know, not adhesive because of the excess product that's probably on her hair. So I'm going to be using a glue today, and normally I do like 2 or 3 coats, but today I'm feeling like let's do 3 to 5 coats, just to make sure that, you know, it's tacked down. It's really about that product drying, and also getting saturated all through the areas that need to be saturated in order for it to adhere to the lace. So I'm going to apply it up to 3 to 4 times and get this excess cap off too as well, because sometimes when you do put product on there, the cap starts to move as well. I'm going to continue to apply my layers and make sure that, you know, they are drying as well as I'm applying it. And just making sure that I apply it in the area that it needs to be applied and not missing no spots. So for my closure, I'm also going to apply some makeup on there as well. I'm using a little tiny makeup brush because I felt like, you know, tiny makeup brush gets all the areas that I need for it to get saturated. Then I do apply a little bit of hold spray as well, just so it can be a little bit sticky and harder. Pressing out that closure is good as well, and plucking that closure so that it can look natural is the key to having like a natural looking closure. So I'm about to apply it, and I literally just apply it, and I'm going to use an edge brush just to lay that lace down. I'm not applying a lot of pressure, but I'm applying enough pressure just so that this lace can, you know, stick and stay. So I'm going to make some modifications and cut through that lace so that it can fit to her hair line a little bit. And I'll leave out a little bit out, you know, just so it can look a bit natural. Kind of like a frontal look, but not really. This is like, she said this is 4x4 closure, but it's giving 5x5 because it's really wide. So I'm just going to sew the perimeter of the closure. Make sure that it's just, you know, sewed down and secured. So of course we're going to cut that lace. Make sure you get that lace on. Apply a little bit of that holding spray on top. And I don't really like doing that, but sometimes it just add a little bit more adhesive to it so that it can stay. And you know, because you know it does have alcohol and it could counteract with the adhesive, but just a little bit is not gonna hurt. So at this point, I'm just closing up the gaps, sewing in the rest of the hair that needs to be sewed in, and also just finishing up on my sewing. so I can get into the styling part. So as stated earlier, there was 3 bundles, but we ended up using 2.5 bundles. So I used the 24, the 22, and a little bit of the 20-inch. It just differs depending on the client's head shape. Sometimes client's head shapes are bigger than others, so you don't have to use all 3 bundles. But if the client wants 3 bundles, then yeah, you can continue to use the 3 bundles. But then, you know, it's really up to how many you fit in there. I try to make my tracks close as possible so that we can use as much of the bundles, but sometimes it don't even happen. So it's all good. It's all good. It always turns out cute. Okay, so I'm done with sewing everything in. Right now I'm just going to do a little, you know, trim. She did want layers, so we're just going to do some layers as well. I'll cut at a slant, no elevation, just at a slant, just so I can get a layer look. When I get towards the back, I am going to pull it up a little bit just to get, like, you know, them layers, the pop. She wants soft layers, so when it comes to soft layers, you don't have to put it at a 180. You have to put it like a 90, like pulling it straight out would be the best bet if she wants to get like soft layers, and she can have some type of flexibility versus cutting a lot of her hair off and she won't have much of a length. So this is the end result of the hair. I did a side part, and I also wanted to cut that bang a little bit because I don't believe in having like a long bang, and especially with the girlies that wear glasses. So this is what it looks like if she used to put that bang over to the side. And that is so pretty. Hopefully she wears her hair like that, and then this is what it looks like if she just flips it over. So just the versatility of having that bang, loose curls, very versatile, very cute. Hope y'all like this video. See you later. Love you. Bye.